Dave, thank you so much for joining us.
No
I have
problem.
to ask, who was the genius who came up with that story for the video?
Oh, we'd love to take credit for it, but we can't at all.
It's live television. Nobody can do anything right
now. The director
now.
isn't watching this. No, it was all our idea. No, we actually pitched the song out to a couple of directors in the UK, and this guy Owen Glaster got back with this idea, and straight away we thought, you know, that sounds cool. Like, and also, as I said, we didn't have to be in it, so we could just chill out at home while he made a great video, and we get all the credit for it. So,
as you just take the credit.
Yeah.
As Blonde had said, it's been 11 years now.
It's hard to believe.
Crazy to hear that.
11, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, since school, but we only really started, you know, after college. Me and Dave were in UCD, and after our final year in college, we sort of, as you said we'll give this a year and see what happens. So that was more like.
So do you have any idea what you might be doing now if this didn't end up the way it did?
Well, it's funny when we took that first year, we said let's give it a year and see what happens after we finish our degrees. Myself and Dave were teaching part-time guitar, and I really enjoyed teaching. And you've said it before, you'd like to be a teacher.
Do a teaching, but no, this is definitely planned.
This is a bit sweet.
Footballer and cowboy.
So it's actually been a really, really exciting few months for you guys. Like, you just signed your record deal and everything. A 5-album deal, is that right?
Yeah.
So what was the catalyst for that? How did it all happen? What was the catalyst?
Well, we decided to move over to London and sort of see if we could take things to the next level, and you know, we've been doing quite well here, but it's sort of the same, I think, in every industry. You have to sort of put yourself in the shop window. You can't just sort of hang around and hope that people will pluck you out of Ireland and give you the deal. So we went over there and we started meeting people and doing gigs over there and sort of basing ourselves there and writing there, and luckily just a few things happened, and we signed a publishing deal first with a company called Big Life, and then Island came on board, and they were really, really cool from the word go, and we thought it was a good fit. You know, they've such a good lineup, like they've Mumford & Sons and Florence and Machine, and they sort of come from an indie sort of standpoint, so it sort of suited us because we had done everything else.
And they didn't ask us to change anything as well, because we had
I was going to say, because it is the 4th album, was there a difference in, I guess, releasing it through a
we
label
kind of pretty much finished recording the album by the time Universal had heard it, so when they really liked what we were doing, and they kind of saw this as our first album in a way, which kind of gave us a bit of morale as well. So,
it was good that they came to us saying, listen, we like what you did in the back catalogue, but this album is the one we want. And so they weren't going to us going, we really want to re-release San Diego.
We would have been uneasy if it's like, you need to change this and this, and then we'll see how we get on. It was sort of, we just like it.
Absolutely, and it is a 4th album, so how does it kind of differ from the last 3?
We think it's better. Are we allowed to say that? Is that cool? But no, I suppose, you know, your songwriting changes as you get older, and you know, you develop as a band. I think we've gotten better as we've toured. Like, I think it's the same in every job. You guys probably you know, get more into it as it goes on.
I don't think we're getting any better.
Pick up bad habits.
Exactly, especially hanging out with our team.
As well, you've said that you're a really honest songwriter. So do you ever get kind of self-conscious? You know, you're writing about real life experiences in your song, so do you ever get a little bit kind of conscious, but like, oh?
I think with me anyway, I think if you get too conscious and you overthink things, you can end up, you know, going backwards. And I always just sort of, whatever I feel like on the day, I just put it on the page, and that's that, like, you know, and I try not to overthink it too much, or come back to it and say, you know, I actually don't feel like that today, maybe I shouldn't sing it that way in the song, but, you know, it was the way I was feeling at the time, and that's always the way I've looked at songwriting, so I just
And do you ever feel like holding back on anything because you think that when you're writing, it, I don't know, invites people into those sections of your life?
Yeah, a little bit. It's crossed my mind a lot more since we started doing promo for this album. But maybe I should have held back.
We'll stop there. Tell us, there's loads and loads of gigs coming up, so tell us about that.
Yeah, we've got a couple of little small intimate gigs next week to celebrate the launch of the album there in Whelan's and Limerick and Cork, but I think all the tickets are gone, so I don't know why I mentioned it, but we're playing the 3 Arena, I nearly called it.
It's amazing. Well, the contrast between the two is going to be incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
You must be really excited for Whelan's.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. You know, we grew up going to gigs there, and you know, Whelan's is such an amazing venue, and going out there for pints as well, so it's cool to be home and to play a gig like that.
It's great to have you home.
Thank you so much for coming in, and make sure you check out the guys in the 3 Arena on the 21st of February, and their album, The Long Way, is out right now as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Cheers. See you guys tomorrow.
Cheers.